I don't know why the fuck these are here. What is Gucci, ladies and gentlemen? Today is November... What day is it, actually? It is November 18th, 2019. My name is Josh Moxey. I am an aspiring entrepreneur documenting my journey. And today is... What even reflections is it? I think it's reflection 68, something like that. Obviously, it'll be in the title, whatever it is. But it's Monday today. Usually I record on Sunday, as you know. And now it's a bi-weekly episode at this point. Just enjoying the bi-weekly aspect of things. So I'm going to probably keep it like this for a little bit. But reflections is and also I'm just like flying on nitro right now. I'm going to hopefully breathe a lot and slow myself down a little bit. And drink some water and hopefully calm myself a little bit because I'm a little bit everywhere right now. Reflections is a weekly, or actually bi-weekly now, episode or series rather, where I get on camera after I'm done reflecting on my week and I share the highlights of the past 2 weeks of what worked, what didn't work, what's been on my mind, lessons I'm learning, challenges I'm experiencing, where I'm growing, all types of stuff like this. Also what I'm obsessed with. I feel like I'm missing one more. Anyways, that type of stuff. And I just like share my experiences, what I'm going through, all that type of jazz. And then the process, I hope to document not only document my journey, but also provide you some viewpoints, some tactics, some things you can apply to your own experience, and hopefully you can learn from mine as well. So without further ado, let us get into today's episode. I also have a laptop coming I'm super excited about, but that's beside the point. I will get into this soon. What's been on my mind? Essentialism. I listened to this for the first time. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to re-listen to it again because there was so much I feel like I didn't get. I feel like my teachability is just not as great as I used to be. It's not even I feel. It isn't. I used to be so fucking good when I was like 16. I find myself too stuck in ego at times and I just don't learn as fast these days. It's just the truth. I'm kind of like hard-headed in nature. But yeah, that could be something I could correct. But anyways, essentialism has been very top of mind as I went through that audiobook. It was like making me question a lot of things, think a lot about my closet right now and all these things that I have. And I'm like, I don't fucking need this. So just simplification as well as like cutting that which is unessential anymore. Trying to work on that. My new laptop. It should arrive today, but who fucking knows this pure later? They just are something else. So yeah, we'll find out soon, but I've got a beast of a laptop coming. It is an XPS 15 from Dell. As you probably know of, or maybe not actually, I haven't talked about this a ton, but I was really wanting a Mac, but I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to drop like 6K on a Mac if I want the correct one. Also, they just came out with a new one yesterday. Holy fuck, it is beautiful. The 16-inch with like, oh my god, the specs on it are nuts. But like that's the great thing with XPS. It's like such a beast in its own way that it actually has beaten some of the Macs, for example, in the Premiere Pro export. And I'm like, it's like it just looks like a content creation absolute God-sent laptop. So anyways, I got like a loan from my dad that I'll pay him back with, but I'm just so fucking done with this boxed laptop situation. So I said, fuck it. And I'm getting a laptop and I'm so excited for it to come. Holy fuck. I can't fucking wait because I'm just so fucking excited to leave my room. Goddamn. And a million other things that I'll probably get into and obsessed. So anyways, it's also refurbished and I'm just fucking amped. Goddamn. Girls, in a sense that like I am perceived as an attractive motherfucker these days. Like even my team, there has been like rumors of some girl liking me, and also like they all think I'm cute, obviously, and and also like customers. I think about how like they perceive me. There's this one girl who I was TMing who's definitely a customer. Yeah, that type of stuff. It's also I never like am aggressive about the like hitting on customers type of thing, but it is just I'm just attractive as fuck. Charismatic as fuck and good looking as hell. What were my favorite wins? Your boy's back to working out consistently. I did for both this week and last week, I did a 3-day split of like A, B, C, if you will. One of them being legs and abs together because I've just, decided to do that. Anyways, it feels really good to get back into it, even though I am not as strong as I used to be. The strength has just gone down a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It's also probably because I'm working out after my shifts and I'm like very physically exhausted after shifts for whatever reason. So that's something worthy of note right there. But it feels good to get back into things. Killing it on bar. Okay, not killing it, but like I feel like I'm very comfortable on bar at this point. The holiday launch was just like the most chaotic thing. There was a line to the door. I was doing so well with working under pressure. And I just took it one drink at a time. And now I can look at a cafe and just be like, I'll get there. I will get there. Meaning like one drink at a time, I will move this line out of this place, and get everyone their drinks and do it kick ass, or do it in a kick ass way in the process. And, I just like the holiday launch was next level chaos, but I was handling it so well. And since then there's been more chaotic times where I'm just working really well under pressure right now, and I'm really fucking grateful for it. But yeah, the holiday launch was just like a game-changing moment of like, wow, I am able to handle all this pressure now. And like it's like a sink or swim moment. Like I literally had like 5 minutes. Michelle gave me 5 minutes. She threw the cards at me. She's like, okay, review these and then you're going the fuck on bar. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like a little bit scared, but turns out again, like she warned me, as earlier in the month, she was like, yo, like holiday drinks are not that scary because it just follows the same type of patterns. And she was so right. They're not that complicated. They're quite simple, actually. I enjoy the holiday drinks a lot. I'm just making them, especially like caramel brulee, my favorite of the bunch for taste and making purposes because that pump is so fucking easy to use. But I'm getting sidetracked. She gave me 5 minutes and she was like, review the drinks. I reviewed the drinks. I was like, fuck, I actually don't know these drinks, but whatever, we'll just start and learn as we go. And then I was double barring with Darla and I was just handling the pressure so fucking well. And yeah, it was just great, man. I'm so proud of myself that I had all the basics down. So it was like, it wasn't a big struggle. Could have done better at beverage sequencing, but the reality is I was handling it like a beast. So I'm very fucking proud of myself. That's what I'm trying to say right here. Picked up my first shift at outside, because like I did do that trade back in the day where I got sent to Fairview for a shift and they sent a shift back, and like meaning a shift supervisor. And so I picked up a shift on Monday and just got some extra hours. Ended up getting like between last week and this week, it was 75 hours, I think. So that was solid. And it was just like, I really actually enjoy working at Fairview. Good team there, I enjoyed especially working with Braden and Michael. So that was fun. Good shift as well. Shout out Fairview for other reasons as well. Hint, hint. Also just time-stamped a bunch of reflections and just prioritize that because I was avoiding it so long. Making progress in that regard. What worked? Trying out a pump focus on Greek God A. That was like really cool. I was doing like way lighter of weights and way higher of reps. It was a good shakeup, especially because like I didn't want to jump right into heavy lifting immediately. I was like easing myself in. I was starting to start lifting heavier yesterday, but I don't need to like lift heavy every single time. So that was nice for me and very, very fulfilling and refreshing, if you will. Getting a refurbished laptop. Like I saved myself about, $400 off of the new price. And then in total, it was like $1,000 of savings. Like I paid like $2,000 total. I think it was $2,380 or something like that. Anyways, I paid significantly less. So I got like a $1,000 in savings. So that's like 30% off. And it's basically like fresh out of box too. Like it wasn't, or we'll find out soon, I guess. But anyways, I'm just excited about those savings because I don't necessarily need 100% new. I just need something that's very, very, very close to it, like a grade A refurbished laptop. Asking silly questions, even though I'll feel like a rookie asking them, it is just better to get clarification. Yes, it's annoying. I hate being annoying. I hate asking people questions. I'd rather just figure it out. But I can't really do a great job of figuring things out on the fly at Starbucks, or on the Starbucks floor, if you will. Mostly because we're not supposed to have our phones. I do have my phone on me pretty much all the time, but I just don't take it out. I keep it in my pocket. I never like text or anything like that on the floor, but I do like sometimes whip it out and use a camera or use it as a tool because it's just useful to have. But anyways, asking questions, even if I feel like it's being silly or just a stupid question, but I need that clarification. I'd rather do a clarified and annoying job than do it completely wrong and have to redo it, and that is actually just annoying in its own right. So, holy shit. Stoicism when waking up early. This is so helpful. For morning shifts, if I just don't feel like waking up and I'm just like on low amounts of sleep, doing a stoicism I don't even know if it's deep dive, but just like refreshing myself on stoicism principles by listening to like the Daily Stoic, it just gives me that good perspective to start the day, because I'm fucking moody if I don't have enough sleep. And waking up early enough, like I had to wake up at 5:50 to do an opening shift, and I was like, I just need more sleep right now. But I made it happen, got the stoicism in there. Other shifts as well, just like having that perspective rolling around in your brain is a good way to start the day and get the ball rolling in a positive direction. Keeping R-rated topics recorded on here just in case I feel like I decide to put them in, and then throwing them in the project file instead, and just leaving a note, because like eventually I might just come back and try to find all the R-rated things, but for the time being I'm keeping them all out. I just don't want to put every single thing out there right now in this current state. And it's good to have that documentation, but I just don't want it public right now. So having them there, but just not public, has been super fucking useful to me. Transitioning to a new subject if a joke or an interaction lingers on for too long. So like if you have a joke, you can just sit there and like keep going with it, or you can move the line, or you can, even if it's just like an interaction with a human outside of work, you can just move on to a new subject. You don't have to wait for them to continue, or whatever. So like I'll be laughing at a joke and then I'll be like, ha 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 ha, so what can I get for you, type of thing. Not in a fake way, but just like I'll be like laughing and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to ask what the hell they want, and I also don't want that like awkwardness. So keeping that thing rolling into new things is, I think, a good idea. Having instant coffee for speed purposes. Like, I just don't want to always get, I don't always want to make a full fucking French press thing. It takes like 10 minutes total. Nah, not about it. Sometimes. I'd rather just like instant many days, because, well, I want speed. And speed is definitely in the instant coffee, that's for sure. I didn't mean like speed. I mean like it's fast. There's no speed in our instant coffee, okay? Being okay with adding less music to my library. I'm just not up to date as I normally am with like every single song on dubstep, or in the dubstep scene rather. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I don't need to fucking loop songs for 90,000 times. I can just listen to them a couple times. I can just not add every single song to my library. I can add things that I only just like love. Yeah, there's just more of a detachment around things like that right now. Getting a third perspective from a friend. So I was going through this challenge yesterday, and my friend messaged me and she's like, how are you? And I'm like, honestly, I'm fucking rattled in this moment, but I'll explain after. And I did explain to her, and she just helped. She encouraged me in such a way where I was like, fuck yes, like I need this top of mind. I needed that that affirmation of what we were talking about. And it really just like helped encourage my mindset and make me feel better about the situation and more give me that perspective I needed, because I was too in my head. And when you're too in your head, sometimes it's just not, you start to create inaction, just because there's like, it looks chaotic, or you have like paralysis by analysis, a bunch of different things. But getting myself out of my head, seeing the third perspective, and then her providing some clarity from her perspective of the situation was just like really fucking useful. So thank you so much, Q. Shout out. Love you a ton. And also the challenge is straight up crippling. So it was just like especially useful because this has just been something I've been dealing with for such a long time. And she's just, yeah, she helped me a ton last night with that conversation. So really appreciate that. Saying fuck it to the Mac and getting a kick-ass computer now. Obviously, this is not necessarily the smartest financial decision because I'm already in a lot of debt. But at the same time, I just need to get the fuck out of my room. I need to stop with this boxed bullshit. I need to have a flexible laptop that I can take anywhere, period. And I need to be able to, what do you call it? I need to have the laptop now. Really, it's just a point. So I decided to get like the same amount of specs or similar specs I would get in a Mac, but just get it in a Dell instead. And then when I have a business win, if you will, this is what my Mac is associated for me with right now. When I have a big enough business win, then I will allow myself to get the Mac. Probably the new one, because that thing is a fucking beast and it excites me a lot. So probably like $8,000 dropped on a Mac with like full capabilities of everything, and it'll be my fucking baby. But for the time being, this is my baby, because I am not willing to drop that extra 4, 6, whatever the fuck the extra difference is, grand between the Dell and the Mac right now. What didn't work, and how can I improve it? Leaving everything until last second with a close. Like, I'm just not that good at fucking closing right now. And I had such a bad close with Michelle, it wasn't even, it was just very bad. Anyway, we were both like low-key traumatized from it. I don't know actually about her, but I was like, fuck, I cannot have this happen again. It was just so bad for me. So, and I feel terrible because I super let her down that night. And yeah, the actionable is absolutely like creating systems for closing, getting a rhythm. I asked Naya for help since then, and she just gave me the good advice of like, bring your close down with you, meaning like you start at the place where you hand off drinks and you work your way backwards all the way to the oven type of thing. And that's a good way to close. And I was like, yeah, I like that a lot. So, and doing as much pre-close as possible, of course, as well. And also, I've just since started developing systems and stuff like that. And yeah, just properly prioritizing everything and I'm just going to start practicing more as time goes on. But I don't really have the closing shifts right now because I think Jacqueline's pissed at my closing abilities. Procrastination on time stamping. Yeah, just real. It just takes a fucking ton of energy, ton of time. So I end up avoiding it a lot, and it kind of just shoots me in the foot. So just prioritizing it really is the truth, because it's what holds me back from getting caught up the most. Abso-fucking-fruitly. Not getting a ton done right now. And I liked my actionables that I wrote down. Visualizing my chief aim, clearly defining my chief aim if that's not clear, which honestly right now it's not that clear. Although it is actually just debt free right now. And then channeling the energy from that. Like when you're pulling from your chief aim properly, you are fucking energized as hell. When you aren't, it's harder because you have to do a lot more like uphill work rather than, it's just like, I don't know. There's just a very different energy when you're pulling from a desire. You're reverse engineering that desire and channeling that motivation, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, from that. Talking about myself too much. I find myself talking about myself all the fucking time right now. And I feel like low-key fucking bad about it because, I mean, I like myself, but it's not all about me. And I spend too much time talking about myself. So let's see, actionables wise, I just ask more questions would be probably the biggest starting point right there. And start just being more interested in learning about others rather than just sharing and feeling the need to share and talk about all the things that I'm going through and stuff like that, because it's not all about me. sleeping so fucking late. It just doesn't work. Just go the fuck to bed early. Like, it just kills me. So, anyways, just go to bed early. Having a hat day basically every day this week. Like, it's just not good for the hair. So, and yes, it's convenient with work to have it all in the fucking beanie, if you will. But, and also, I saw a guy with the exact same beanie as me yesterday. I was like, bro, I love the beanie. And then, what did Esme say? Are you even real? Or something like that. I'm like, yes, I am real. What was I saying though? Oh yeah, so like letting it out. I just have to like get showered a little bit earlier, and then put the coconut oil, obviously, and then give it some time to dry. Because if it doesn't dry correctly, I just throw a fucking beanie on. Because I'm like, this is not happening today. Spending too much on like dumb shit, like McDonald's and Little Caesars, and I don't know, just random stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I need to manage my money a little bit better. I also need to think about like, hey, I only have XYZ. Is this the best spent way of doing this right now? And like, same thing with Starbucks actually as well. Like, if I'm like late enough, though this does work. If I'm late enough, I can get like a breakfast sandwich there or whatever instead of bringing my own stuff. I'd much prefer if I just made the fucking food and found some sort of like go-to thing that I can throw in the oven, or if I can just eat cold or whatever and bring it with me, because I'm just wasting money on breakfast sandwiches and other sandwiches and stuff like that at Starbucks. I'd rather just save the fucking money. Yeah. Pushing workouts later in the week. I started working out on Wednesday this week instead of Monday. And so yeah, it was Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. That's just not that great. So just do it, Josh. Just do it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, except this week's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, likely. And also working out after a shift. I'm just like physically tired right now, and it starts affecting my lift performance. So if I can, please do it before. It's just much easier if it's before. Wired headphones. I'm fucking done with wires right now. It's just fucking annoying having wires. I know like there's radiation and like all that type of shit with the EMFs and all that jazz, with the Bluetooth aspect of headphones and charging and all that type of shit. But I'm just so done with cords. I can't. So I'm looked into yesterday some Amazon ones, because I don't want to get AirPods because they're like $200. It's just, I don't know if that's worth the price. So I decided, hey, let's look into some cheaper ones we might be able to get on Amazon. And like, there's this one brand that was just looking insane. Like, it's like 140 hours of playback, and it was only like $60. And I'm like, holy shit, man. AirPods in comparison, I think are 3 to 5 hours or something like that. Like, it's just very fucking different. And I was very impressed with the whole thing. It was like 600 ratings and it had 5 stars on Amazon. I'm fucking amped. It's the number 1 best seller on Amazon Canada right now. And I hope I get these ASAP, because it'll probably be, I'll get them next week type of thing. Fuck though. They're sick. Being resistant to telling people about what is going on in my life. Like, when people ask questions, I'm just like literally scared of explaining my situation outside of work. I like just that I have the blanket of Starbucks to explain some things, but I just don't want to talk about my fucking life. So probably do some work on that and look deeper as to why exactly that is. I just, as you know, I've talked about this a million times. I'm just a weird fucking person, and I don't like people knowing how weird I am, if that makes sense. I'd rather just keep it a secret from a lot of people at Starbucks and stuff like, and just in life. So I'm kind of resistant to having too many conversations that go like too deep, because I just don't want to explain like, hey, I'm a failed entrepreneur. I am like a sober crack, like all these random things, like the dubstep shit with sober crackhead. What else can I say? I'm just so fucking different, and I don't relate to people very well. So it's a struggle. Yeah, come in. Yes! Thank you so much. Oh boy. Oh, fuck yes. I'm so fucking amped. Okay, I will continue this another time. The laptop aspect of things. Holy fuck, I'm so excited. You guys have no idea how long I've had a boxed laptop. It's literally a laptop and it's sitting in an Amazon box because, well, I just had no other fucking options. I'm fucking amped right now. I'm so glad this one was on camera as well. That's amazing. I just heard the door close and I'm like, please let it be the laptop. And it fucking was. Fuck yes! That's so fucking exciting. Hell yes. I'm so ready. Yeah. Yes. Also, unfamiliarity with food. I was just not so great at identifying. I'm still not amazing, but I'm better than I was at identifying foods when I'm going back to get them, and even in the pastry case. So it's just like getting or allocating time to. I'm so fucking amped right now from that laptop. Holy fuck. Allocating time to reviewing the foods in the Starbucks little app is just amazing. So just do that, do more of that, get more practice with like exactly the name to the visual, and it'll make selecting things easier. It'll also make identifying things in the pastry case easier. What were my biggest lessons? Set context for what the fuck Reflections is as soon as possible. So when people click on like a 50-minute video, they might be like, what the fuck is this? And like, it's a very different structure than most. So immediately setting context in the description of the video is like a big thing for me now, because I don't want people clicking in that think it's going to be like something that is not type of thing. So I want to quickly push people away that will not be down to listen to me reflect on my week, and then attract people who will be down. And I did this especially with like the Notion one, because I was like, fuck, a lot of Notion people are probably coming and being like, ooh, is this going to be like a Notion tutorial type of thing, or like an intro guide? Absolutely not. It's a reflection that happens to be very Notion based, and that's exactly what that is. So immediately just like putting that in the first paragraph, a summary of what Reflections is, I think is super, super useful, and something I'm going to continue doing going forward. Don't hand off a drink until you have the following drink already in progress. So the way beverage sequencing works is I think it's like steam milk, Q shots, pump syrups, and then you start the next drink, which is steam milk, Q shots, pump syrups. And then you finish and connect on the first one, and then you start another drink. So it's like this, like 1, 2, 3, next, 1, 2, 3, hit the before, and then next, and then 1, 2, 3, and then hit the before, and then next, and then so it's that constant cycle of that. And I find myself doing like a 1, 2, 3, hit start the next drinks, 1, 2, 3, and then I hand them both off, and I don't start the third right away, which is it needs to be in progress for that. And it's just something as simple as like just never having ongoing, like just always have something working while you are working on another task. So like Michelle just gave me the quick advice of like, don't hand off a drink until you have something steaming or queuing. And I'm like, fuck, you are so right. That is real as fuck. So basically just like having things working at the same time that you're working on the finishing and connecting is just going to make, like, worst comes to worst, the shots expire, it's fine. But having that speed, because I don't want to be waiting. I want things to be constantly in motion and just have a fast process, and that's a very good way of speeding up the drink creation process, if you will. And something I'm working on. I'm grateful she shared that tip with me. Close from the place that you hand off drinks inward. I struggled with this, and I got this tip from Naya, so shout out Naya. And basically where you hand off drinks is like that area. So technically you start with the condiment stand, and then you pull inward, and then you hit hot bar next, then you go to cold bar, then you go to, where's next, like tea stuff. Tea is technically cold bar, so you hit like get all the teas done, and then you hit espresso bar, and then you hit fraps, and then you stock fridges somewhere in there, and then eventually get back to like teas, then brewed coffee, then ovens, and then dish and all that jazz and around there. But I just appreciated this like idea of pulling inwards, and I think that's a good way to close. And I still have to figure out more around my system with closing, and I'm gonna be working on it. And I definitely need to, because I'm not like I'm a very bad closer right now, but I want to get good because it's just better. Or not better, it's just like something I need to fucking do. It's crucial and required for my success at Starbucks. Call out the drinks in the order that they're listed on the cup. So like, you can obviously read the ticket 100%, but at the same time, it can be like the order for actually calling it out is pretty much, with a few exceptions, the list that they have written on the cup from top to bottom. And shout out Mina for the explanation of that, because I'm like, yo Mina, I have literally no idea how to call out drinks, but I just say random things. So, and you also super don't need to list out every single thing if there's a million. I'll just be like, hey Karen, I've got your pumpkin latte with all that customization, or something like that. Like, it just does not actually matter as much as people like to think it does. I figured out a morning ritual that is going to prove successful for Starbucks, that is. So like when I'm early in the morning, I just honestly just would rather just go back the fuck to bed, because I love sleep more than being awake sometimes. And because sleep is just fucking incredible, honestly. So the morning ritual though is pretty fucking simple. First thing, I basically start energetic work, and I do my energetic work on myself first, and then I do it on the shift itself. Because like, the more divine I can make the shift, the better it's going to be. So those are my first things that I do. And then I hop into meditation after. Probably, if I can get 30, I would be so amped, but like probably closer to 10 to 15 in realistic terms. And then after that, I chug some water, specifically, obviously, Source Energy Medicine water. And then I do my journaling, the 5-minute journal variation that I do. I've been doing it for, let's go, fucking 4.5 years now. Almost 5 soon. And what else do I do? And then I listen to Stoicism. Stoicism keeps me in the right perspective and grounds me, helps me with handling pressure and a bunch of other things. And just like, ideally I get some coffee in there. If I don't, it's not the end of the world, but shout out to Instant for making things faster. And then obviously shower and fucking brush my teeth and do all that bullshit, go to the washroom, then hit the fucking road. And yeah, I feel like that's helped a lot for me, and I'm gonna continue doing that because I like it. Makes me feel good. 4K display is probably not worth it on a 15-inch. I was reading a bunch of threads, and I was just like, I was surprised to see that people actually were like not very impressed with the 4K view on the 15-inch, because it just kills batteries so much, and it's just not that big of a jump on these smaller screens. Whereas like if it's a bigger screen, absolutely get 4K. But for me, I decided, hey, I'm just gonna get 1920 by 1080, just like the standard HD view, and run with that, because if it's a small enough screen, you just do not need as high of a pixel density as you might think you do, because the higher you go in pixel density, is my understanding, that the lower the performance is and the lower the battery life is. And I'm not down. So well, that is my takeaway from the Reddit threads. Reddit's so fucking useful, by the way. Like, I can't. It's not only just a good community, but it's also incredibly insightful if you find the right, like if you just do Reddit, you'll find some good fucking threads. Also, I got some great ideas for closing and opening with Reddit as well. And also, related to that, opening. When you're opening, have a fucking system that works in a way where you are working on things while things are working on themselves. This kind of just a fucking theme in this episode I'm finding, is you've got to have things working on their own. That's why I do things like rendering at night. So while I'm sleeping, working on recharging myself, quote unquote, I have things that are going on in the background. They're working for me. This is just a smart way of doing things. With obviously the drinks, same thing. Also with food, like while you are taking the order, if you have to go back and check real quick with the food, just throw the sandwich in there while it's cooking, you can continue taking the rest of the order. By the time it's done, the interaction will probably be over as well. So it's just like good timing, and then you hand it off faster. It's just good shit. Also, shout out to Michelle for that tip. God, you help me so fucking much, I can't. It's just amazing. So anyways, super fucking useful to just do things in a way where things are working on them themselves. So in an opening sense, which by the way was fucking strange and scary, but it was not as scary as I thought, and I just kind of had to do everything myself. So I ended up like fucking up and not realizing that like sanitizer needed to be done, the ice vent, like there was just a lot of things I forgot. I had zero context other than brew coffee and then do the teas and then do the espresso bar. I did not know what else I needed to do. But yeah, if you start brewing the coffees and then brewing the teas, like start doing things like the sanitizer and the ice and stocking if any stocking needs to be done, and like opening the garbage, like just do things while other things are being done, and it will be a successful open or close, or not close rather, but just I mean in general. You can pay for Starbucks cards with Starbucks cards. Had no fucking clue. It's real as fuck. This is also just called transferring funds. So yeah, for the longest time I just declined. I just didn't think it would work, but it really works. I can get hours anywhere if my foundation is strong enough. Like, I was scheduled originally 15 hours this week. I ended up getting 35 because I picked up a shift at the beginning of the week, and then I picked up a shift Saturday morning, and then I feel like did I pick up anything else? I feel like I did. Yeah, I picked up Wednesday as well. So I just ended up like, I mean, granted 2 of 3 were at my store, but still, I can go to any fucking store and feel really good about that if my foundation is super fucking strong, which is what I'm working on right now. I'm super addressing my weaknesses right now and trying to get better at them. I hope people are appreciating this because I just want to become a Starbucks ninja so I can go anywhere and make it easy and then come home and get business in line, because yeah, I can't be doing this for forever. I just super can't. But for right now, I'm still enjoying it for the most part. There's definitely some fucking annoying things though, I'm not gonna lie. What challenges did I experience? Styes, and more styes. I had a stye on my top, and then that went away. Then I had a stye on my bottom, which randomly came up. And then I had a stye, well, I still kind of do. It might even be a cyst or whatever the fuck they're called. Right here, right now. And you can see that more when I close my eyes, like hardish. Yeah, fun stuff. Anyways, and then I sprayed my eyes hydrogen peroxide one day, and it like did not recover well. Usually it recovers fine by the morning. Not that one. It was red as fuck, and I looked like I had pink eye, and it was gross. Also funny because like when girls would come in, especially this one girl, I was like, fuck, like why does my eye have to be so fucked right now? God damn. But it's a good test of like just not giving a fuck, I guess, because it just doesn't actually matter that much. Not enough time to talk to customers. It's sad because we're trying to move a line fast and we only have so many people, so I can't sit there and connect with customers. Like there's this balance of like speed versus connection. And even at like the Sports World Starbucks, I remember Zach saying like the people behind us are pissed, but like I was talking to my past coworkers and I was excited to see them, and like they were being super sweet and stuff like that, and I'm like, I just wanted to talk more. I also don't want to hold up lines, but when I'm on the reverse side of that as well, I like want to talk to people. Like I want to, like Keely was there yesterday to my right, and I could not say a fucking word to her, unfortunately, because I had a million fucking drinks. But like even on till, like I just can't spend an eternity talking to people, even though I want to. There was this guy, I wanted to, like there was a somewhat decent line, but I was on bar talking to him, which was a struggle, but I still managed because it's still a little bit of thinking. And yeah, I wanted to talk to him more because he was saying like he's big into philosophy, and I'm like, I was very interested and I want to learn more about it. And I wish I got to talk to him more about it. So it's my struggle that I can't talk to people as long as I would like to. But I'm always like, and Ray, for example, is a great example of this. That's his last name. I think it's, what is it? I forget his first name. Anyways, great guy. One of the bartenders at Cineplex, and he's just like super sweet. And we always like chat about stuff briefly, but I wish I had more time to talk to him because he seems like a really fucking interesting dude. So it's like that struggle with speed, and I'm thankful that people will come back and I can continue the conversation. But yeah, that's definitely an ongoing challenge for me. Oh yeah, and another good one is like this guy named Justin. He is a business. He runs a couple businesses online with e-commerce, and I like so wanted to talk to him more about it. But that was that same shift with Michelle where I just wasn't closing properly. So I had to whip through, and fuck, I wish I got to talk to him more. I wish he came back. Like he fucking said he was going to, but I didn't see him. So maybe he just came back when I wasn't there. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Right, kitty? Yes. Every time I see things like Notion content or TikTok mentioned or LinkedIn things, I just feel like I'm missing the fucking boat and throwing this opportunity in the garbage. It's just really discouraging, and I'm not channeling the energy into action. I'm just ending up getting crippled by it and not wanting to do anything because I haven't even caught up on fucking That's my thing. I'm like, why would I start something when I haven't even caught up on reflections yet? Which is like not that hard of a task. So it's a struggle. Discouraged that I feel like our Starbucks is the most chaotic and challenging of the Starbucks in our area. We just have a shit show of a fucking store right now. I love the people, but God, we have some challenging endless cycles of like not enough labor, and then not having enough time to clean things and all of these things. And then what else? And then having like challenges of like not making enough money. I don't even know. There's just like a lot of fucking challenges, and some days I'm just like, fuck, I just wish I could be at Sports Row right now. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like so many days of the week I think about what it would be like to transfer, but I'll also super fucking miss my team if I do so, and the customers. Oh my God. Like it would be so many people I'd miss. It would be insane. But like if I came back and just worked there as a customer, if you will, that could be also a good thing. Because then I could see everyone. That's actually a decent idea. I'd never even thought about that until now. There you go. That might be the solution if I'm ever feeling like I'm going to miss people. Because I'll see all of my favorite customers, and I will also see the homies. But yeah, I also would feel terrible if I transferred, because I feel like Michelle is putting in so much time to make me a better worker right now that I feel like I'd be abandoning her, and I don't want to. Yeah, that's currently where I'm at right there with that. Struggling with taking money from dad. That was tough for me because I really don't like taking money from dad. I like to have that space clear. I just don't like asking for money from him. And I ended up doing so just knowing that I would pay him back, not just like a handout. That made it feel better. But I was definitely struggling with that for sure. Oh, I had this like strange gut feeling that I was like doing something very wrong by getting, not even wrong, I couldn't actually put logic towards it, but I had this strange gut feeling around the laptop, and I was like, is this the gut feeling trying to tell me that like you should wait for Black Friday? Is it that it's gonna get lost, or that it's gonna be broken, or something like that? Is it me that I haven't paid back Steven, for example, and I'm getting a laptop? Is it that, and Steven being Stephen Pollard of Source Energy Medicine, like I still have things that I'm paying towards that, but I've paused it temporarily and haven't truly confronted that yet. Like, what is the gut feeling? So I was struggling with that. I couldn't apply any logic to it. I still don't actually know the reason, but it seems to have dissipated or disappeared, which is good, or not. I'm not actually sure. But anyways, I also just like wanted to know how I could correct it, but I just didn't know. So yeah, I just don't know. Oh my God, I'm so fucking done with plays, running things by the exact playbook in our chaotic store. Like, plays are not helpful, in my opinion. I find that just like, if I can just follow whatever I mean, even Airy ran good things as well, play wise. I don't, not even plays. I just, fuck plays. I just like when things are more flexible in nature and not so fucking rigid. Like I was running, the plays that Jacqueline was running on Saturday were just, oh my God. It was just like, for me, in my opinion, I just think they were very wrong. And that we could have been placed in way better places. And it was just like, I just wanted a flexible play and not so fucking goddamn rigid and black and white. And it's just, the rigidness exhausts me. I'm sure you guys know this by now. Struggling with like my identification right now on a physical level, meaning I find I identify too much with the physical, but in reality, I'm an energetic being. So it's like, I'm not doing a great job at seeing myself as an energetic being and seeing myself as one with the rest of the world, all sentient beings, all souls, whatever the fuck you want to call them, connected, not seeing myself enough as an expression of source, that type of shit. And it's affecting the way my energy work lands. Absolutely. It's just a part of things. Like, the better you are at identifying with the non-physical over the physical, the better energy work can work on you. And it honestly just like makes me question some days if energy work is as great as I think it is. It is. But like, fuck, some days I definitely have some doubt. And yeah, it's just discouraging sometimes. Especially like, I wish I would have had more success faster with Levi's stuff, because that would have been like just a really good building point. But it just seems like the things are not working out. I'm not exactly sure what the challenge is and why those things have not sold for Levi yet. But I'm just not even, oh God, I'm such a fucking shitty business person right now. But anyways, I need to figure out things with that and like confront that with Levi, because I just don't even know what's going on. I tried to reach out and I got like a partial answer, but not answering what was going on with the contracts and stuff like that. But anyways, not exactly sure. Where did I grow the most? Holiday launch 1000%. That was just like, man, I was so grounded. I was so learning to love the chaos. Like that for me is probably one of the biggest things, is just like handling pressure and learning to love the chaos. I can look out in a full cafe now of people waiting for their drinks, and I'm just like, okay, we'll get there. Like, it's just not as scary as it used to be. One drink at a time, and it's not worth fretting over. I mean, yes, it is. Sometimes I do catch myself like, oh my God, there's a lot of eyeballs. But at the same time, I'm now just like used to all the eyeballs, and I'm channeling my inner Mitch, if you will, and just like laughing at the invisible pressure, because it just doesn't exist. It's self-inflicted, it's self-created, if you will. And I've just gotten so much better at handling pressure, and that holiday launch just drew me a fucking ton, as well as another moment with Julia where I was like the main person on the floor technically, and I was like running between like pour over and bar and like handling all these things and doing perfect beverage suite sequencing, and like it just feels so fucking good to be like a ninja. Or not, I'm obviously not a ninja, I'm only 2 months in, but becoming closer to a ninja every single day at handling pressure, handling all aspects of Starbucks, etc. Oh, and also with the holiday launch, I was just like super ready to either sink or swim type of thing. And I'm so fucking glad that I not only like swam, but I was fucking like swimming at high velocity. Like I was crushing. It was so fucking good. I was just so proud of myself that day. I can't like state that enough. I was so happy and so pleased with how things went. Like, I was such a grounding force. I felt like I was the MVP that day. I don't know if I actually was, but like in my eyes, I was a huge positive. Like, and also with working under pressure, I feel like I've gotten so good at it that, well, I mean, not even I feel like, Michelle even handed me a note that said like, thank you so much for working well under pressure and fostering customer connections. And I'm like, yeah, I really fucking appreciate this, because you saw me when I was not good at handling pressure at all. So it means extra. So thank you, Michelle. But yeah, I've just gotten so much fucking better at handling pressure. It's beautiful. Hopefully I can apply this to other areas as well, because it's not just about Starbucks. It's just about handling expectations and high stress environments anywhere in life. It's just a muscle. Okay, also, if I didn't say this, shout out to Mitch, because like I think of him probably every shift. Like, I think of him as my person I channel when I think of a person who handled bar incredibly well and has loved the chaos. I am learning to love the chaos more and more every day. And I keep telling customers about this too, because like, it's really cool when customers have seen my day one to now. They've seen my evolution and how like I'm slowly becoming a psychopath in a good way of being able to handle all the pressures that come with, well, basically anything with Starbucks really. But yeah, it's just really cool to see people that have seen my full evolution. I love that. And they're talking about it too. Like, it's not just like keeping it inside, thinking about it. They're like expressing it to me. And it's really fucking cool to hear their perspectives on that. Also getting better at CS, even though I fucking hate it. Goddamn. But just like a little bit of practice here and there. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. And it's just getting easier and easier. It's still my least favorite though. Picking up a shift in Fairview. So like, actually before Fairview, I was going to get like mocha and chai. So I went into their store on like, what was it? Thursday, something like that. And I was like, holy shit. I felt so welcomed by Braden that I was like he remembered my name right away. He was like all amped to see me. I'm like, oh my God. This just made me feel so at home when I was there. I think Anna remembered me as well. But that was like a big thing for me. I was like, fuck, I can go to other Starbucks, and if I know them, they're gonna be like, what? They're gonna welcome me. And just, I love the Starbucks fam, man. It's beautiful. So the reason I say this though is because I took a shift on Monday at Fairview, and it was cool because it was my first technically my first time taking a shift. I mean, Anna and I did trade at one point for about a month ago, and I was just like a till person that day basically, and just like I'm close to a degree, even though I fucking had no idea what I was doing back then. Jesus. But yeah, why do I say this? Because it grew me a ton doing that shift on the Monday. Like, it was not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. It was a really fucking good shift. Like, I ended up going on my break to Walmart, getting a mug, got my final pumpkin nitro. What else? It was just good, man. I was doing well on bar. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed talking to Hugh about just like completely transparently about like girls and stuff like that, and just my struggles around stuff. And yeah, she's the fucking homie. Love you, Q. What am I obsessed with right now? Nitro cold brew with sweet cream. Fuck, it is amazing. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but it is an ideal replacement for pumpkin nitro. Yeah, like, I'm just so down with sweet cream, it's not even funny. That's what I was drinking earlier. Got a nice venti. But it was venti. So I'm just a little bit cracked out on caffeine right now. A few songs as well. We've got Cleaver and Tantrum. They're so fucking good. They're part of Serpents, by the way, in case that isn't clear. And their song Antidote is so fucking nice. I love it. And then it's like, I love the offbeat gun sounds. It's actually so fucking sick. And then some of the what is the recent Atlians remix? Like, there's some of the songs on there are fucking A+, but especially OG Nixon's remix of Shelter. OG Nixon's a fucking beast. Like, I just can't. He's incredible. I love he makes such good fucking tunes. I love it. So I'm excited about that. And they're just like, that's a good fucking remix album. Very impressed with the album as a whole. 24 ounce reusable mug. I got this from Walmart, and it's a Contigo. And I just had the thing around. Where the fuck did it go? There we are. Okay, so we've got 21 hours cold, 9 hours hot, and it's basically leak proof. And it's for fucking $20 at Walmart. And it's 24 ounces. So like 24 ounces means venti cold size. And that's crucial because it kind of looks like it's going to be a grande too. So like if I really feel like being a dickhead with nitro, which is probably what I will do, I will tell them, or not, I won't even tell them. I'll just order a grande and then let them figure out what this is, and they'll probably fill it up to venti cold size, which will crack me the fuck out like I'm feeling right now. And I'm grateful for that. It's probably better though if I do tell them how big it is. Anyways, the whole point being though, I can have everything in here and it just stays. Okay, so this thing is just absolutely insane and it actually works. Like I tried it yesterday, for example, or 2 days ago. What did I have? I had iced peach green tea lemonade and the fucking things were still in there, the ice cubes, the next day. And I was like, whoa, this shit actually is, they're not fucking around here. Like, it is 100% legit. And I tried my mocha putting in here last night because I got on my break. And I'm like, fuck it. This is going in here because there's no way the heat is staying for another 3 hours. And it didn't. It wouldn't have with heat. So I decided to put it in my mug instead. And it was as if like it was just fresh or close to fresh as soon as I decided to drink it later on. And yeah, you can see like, there's my mocha right there. I don't know why I just smelled it. But anyways, fucking sick, man. I love this mug so much. You have no idea how amped I was. It also kicks the shit out of our Starbucks mugs. Like, just absolutely destroys. Okay, laptop. I'm so fucking amped. It's right beside me right now. Look at this bad boy. Oh my god. I'm gonna have a fucking laptop gasm in a sec. I'm literally just about to dedicate the rest of my day to this. I am fucking amped. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, so I'm really amped about that just because like I've just really struggled with this whole like having a boxed laptop for such a long time. And I'm so ready to, because I can't even like change the screen up and down type of thing. Like I always had to have it straight up, which means I can't like do my knee thing where I like to have like my knees, I'll be like laying in bed, have a pillow behind me, and I'll put my knees up and the laptop screen facing up, if you will, and then I'll like type while the laptop's on my knees. So it's creating like if you're on audio right now, it's creating like a triangle with my knees and the bed type of thing. Now I can do that again. I can also go anywhere instead of just like being locked down in my room because I have this battery issue. So I can go to another Starbucks and work. I can have it in the car, on the plane. I got a 15-inch so I can have it on a plane if need be. And on the bus if I'm going to like Montreal or whatever. I'm just so fucking grateful it doesn't have buzzes. And I mean, that's a different one. But I don't have even like light buzz. I mean, hopefully on this new Dell. Because the old Dell was fucking a little bit even loud itself. This is why I have to like noise correct and stuff like that after in post. What else? I'm also excited to like change up my reflections things because now I'll have the laptop so I don't have to use the phone. And it won't affect audio. Oh my god, there's just so many fucking things. I'm so fucking excited. Oh my god. What else? I feel like there's more that I'm not thinking of right now. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking amped. I'm so... Oh my god, render speeds. They said like... Oh, what did they say? 5 minutes for a 2-minute 4K video. I'm like, oh my god. It's gonna mean like... My fucking render speeds have like 50x'd. I'm just... It's so... Oh god. It's gonna be so nice. Alright. I've had enough of nerding out about this. I'm just so fucking amped. It's going to help me so much with business as well. My god. But especially content. Holy fuck. I am so amped. Okay. Anyways. Alright. So this has been Reflection 68. I'm fucking amped. Hope that came out well for you. And I enjoyed. So I'm hoping you enjoyed as well. If you got enough value, please do me a favor. Share with a friend. Like, comment, subscribe, rate. Wherever the fuck you are, engage with it however you feel inclined to do so. And I appreciate you watching and listening. As always, my name is Josh Moxey, and I will catch you later. Hopefully on the next laptop.